Isa sa pinaka-inaantay natin device from Infinix, nandito na sa aking kamay. And this is the Infinix GT30 Pro. This is the MPL official tournament phone. And ano nga ba meron dito sa device na ito? Powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Ultimate. Meron siyang 5.5G na connectivity. Pero depende niya sa inyong network provider. Meron siyang bagong GT triggers. May mechanical light waves din siya. Plus 144Hz na AMOLED display. And it also comes together with a GT Pro na gaming kit. More details after this quick intro. So yun guys, pinadalan tayo ng media kit ni Infinix dito for the GT30 Pro. Buksan natin kung ano nga ba surprise dito sa loob. By the way guys, this is a media kit. Hindi ito makukuha ninyo if you buy the Infinix GT30 Pro. MPL official tournament phone to. Sa natin. Ito yung official poster ng GT30 Pro. May pa-postcard pa sila. Nice. Ito yung maganda pang win streak. Yan. Win streak. Uy, nice may zipper pa to. Itong bag na to. Meron pa ibang nakatago dito. Look guys, oh. So, meron tayong cap. Ayos. Baka maging ibang tech reviewer tayo bigla all of a sudden, ha? Uy, ganda. Infinix GT. Ito, maganda rin to. All black t-shirt na may design pa dito sa likod. And of course, yung phone itself. Tara, samahan niyo ako. Unbox natin ito sa aking table. Now, itong Infinix GT30 Pro comes in 3 colors. Meron siyang Blade White, Shadow Ash, tsaka Dark Flare. Now, ang kanyang 8+8 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of storage would come at the price point of $13,999. And ang kanyang 12+12 na 512 gigs of storage would come at the price point of $15,999. Meron pa siyang special package, guys. Yung kanyang 8+8 na 256 GB of storage, which comes with a MagSafe case and a phone cooler, would come at a price point of $14,999. And yung kanyang 12+12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage na may MagSafe case plus a cooler would come at a price point of $16,999. More details on the description box below kung saan siya pwede mabili or just simply click the product link. Now, launching together with the Infinix na GT30 Pro is this one, ang XPad na GT. Honestly, sobra ako na-impress sa kanyang big screen. This is a 13-incher na 2.8K 144Hz na gaming display. IPS LCD siya, by the way, hindi siya AMOLED. And this is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. Meron din siya 8 speakers with 3D surround systems. Metal ang kanyang body and it looks quite similar sa GT30 Pro. Manipis lang siya at 6.5mm. Malaki ang kanyang battery at 10,000 mAh and can support up to 33 watts of fast charging. Meron siya kasama vegan leather na cover case and support din niya keyboard and stylus. Plus, meron siyang Infinix AI inside. All of that, ang kanyang 8 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of storage will be priced at $17,999. More details on the description box below and don't forget to subscribe para makita niyo ang full review nitong Infinix na XPad GT. Now, pag tinignan mo yung kanyang design, I honestly love it. Sobrang simple lang, no? And I have here is the Shadow Ash na color. Kita mo, simpleng-simple lang. And ang kanyang camera bump is very, very simple. Yung tone down lang na design. And I really love it. Matte finish ang likod niya and it got some of the mecha design. Medyo mas maganda lang tingnan yung kanyang dark flare, no? Pero this is just the basic design. I just love it simple. Makita mo, no? Meron din siyang mga lights dito sa likod. These are the mechanical light waves. Pakita ko lang ulit sa inyo. Yan, ganito. Maganda sa tingnan, no? Pag lalo kung nag-gaming ka. Now, one of the good things naman dito sa kanya is hindi naman makapal ang kanyang bezels. And another nice thing is that symmetrical siya on all 4 sides nito phone na ito. Though, medyo malaki kunti ang kanyang punch hole sa harap. And another good news para sa inyo guys, this is the first ever Infinix na GT series na may shoulder triggers dito. Tawag niya GT triggers or you can just simply call it air triggers. Nandito isa sa kaliwa and isa sa kanan. giving you better experience if you're gaming, lalo sa mga shooting games, which we'll try a little bit later. Now, one of the promise ni Infinix dito is that you can get a all-day 120 FPS system dito sa phone na ito. And here are the supported games. And sinasabi ni Infinix that guarantee would only work if you use yung kanyang MagSafe cooler. And ang guarantee ni Infinix that yung promise niya would only work if you have yung MagCharge cooler if you buy this special package. Here are the games that supported ng 120 FPS. Mobile Legends, PUBG Mobile, Honor of Kings, Call of Duty Mobile, ROV, Battlegrounds Mobile, and ang Standoff 2 can support up to 144 FPS if you use yung kanyang MagCharge cooler. Now, itong phone na ito is being powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Ultimate para sa gaming. And nung sinalang ko to sa Antutu benchmark, it was able to give me 1.16 million points dito sa kanyang benchmark. Ito naman nakuha ko sa kanyang breakdown scores. Ito ang score nakuha ko dito sa kanyang CPU benchmarking sa Geekbench. And ito naman sa kanyang GPU benchmark. Now, one of the good things dito sa kanya is pinalaki niya ang kanyang battery. 5,500 mAh and yet magaan siya. I love yung kanyang weight dito, is quite light. It's just weighing in at around mga 189 grams. Support nga dito ang 45 watts na wired charging, 30 watts na wireless charging, 10 watts na reverse wired charging, and 5 watts na reverse wireless charging. And this one comes together with bypass charging version 2. Siguro more efficient, more accurate na bypass charging ang meron dito sa GT30 Pro. Now, one advantage kung meron kang gaming kit is ang easy mag-charge using wireless charging. Kung meron ka mga MagSafe na power bank like this one from Ugreen, kakabit mo lang siya dito sa likod. Kaya dito lang, oh, magnet. Yan, hindi na siya basta-basta mahuhulog. And you get a wireless charging. Ayos, di ba? Now, probably the next question nyo sa akin is that, kamusta naman ka ng battery performance? For a normal usage, I would say, kaya naman na magtagal ng one whole day, walang charging, as long as you're using it normally. And nung sinalang ko to sa PC Mark na battery stress test, under 50% brightness and 60Hz na screen refresh rate, it got me 8 hours and 19 minutes na screen on time. Quite not bad for a gaming phone. Pag-usapan naman natin ng display, this phone has a 6.78-inch na AMOLED display. Meron siyang 144Hz of screen refresh rate, 2,304Hz na PWM dimming, 4,500 nits ang kanyang max brightness. This one is being protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass 7i, and meron din siyang IP64 na dust and water resistance. Now, if you're scrolling dito on social media, expect naman to give you a good experience dahil okay naman ng display. I have no problem dito scrolling on Facebook, Twitter, or just simply scrolling Instagram, YouTube Shorts, okay naman siya. Hindi ka mabibitin dito dahil mataas mo ka na refresh rate at 144Hz. Now, if you're watching naman your favorite shows dito, like mga Korean novela, just simply watching music video, or just watching NBA basketball games, panalong-panalo namang display na dito. Hindi ka mabibitin dahil okay ang kanya display. And currently, guys, this one is running XOS 15 inside Android version 15, and this one comes together with two major Android updates. Ang kanyang loudspeaker dito sa ilalim, it has 8 holes. And sa taas dito, it has 2 holes. So I think medyo magkakaroon ng konting imbalance. Check lang natin kung gaano kalakas naman siya. Na kung nilalagay ko sa akin tenga, pansin ko mas malakas ang sounds coming sa ilalim rather than dito sa ibabaw. Siguro bawas siya ng around mga 20 to 30%. Pero overall, ang kanyang sounds not bad, above average para sa akin on a gaming phone like this one. Now, pag-uusapan na natin right now, my favorite part, which is gaming. Since si Infinix GT30 Pro meron siyang gaming kit, all I need to do is itong MagCharge cooler niya. Kakabit ko dito sa likod ng kanyang case and hindi na siya mahuhulog. Kanya guys. The next thing is, bibigyan lang natin ng power. Kabit natin yung USB Type-C and makita mo iilaw siya. Babago siya, depende, no? RGB. And at the same time, nag-charge din siya wirelessly. Ayos, di ba? And kanya guys, paiba-iba yung color niya sa likod. May green, may red, may blue. So, nag-color shift siya, no? Which is definitely good. And what's nice dito sa kanyang case is that meron siyang butas dito para sa inyong GT triggers. So, kung naglalaro ka, it looks something like this. So, one advantage kung meron ka nitong MagCharge cooler is that you can achieve 120 FPS all day long with these games na papakita ko sa inyo. Call of Duty Mobile, Firelight 84, Genshin Impact, Mobile Legends, and Wuthering Waves. Pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, sobrang ganda ng gaming experience ko dito sa kanya. Sinagad-sagad ko ka ng graphics and I was able to get a really good gaming experience. Probably one of the better ones na nalaro ko together with the shoulder triggers. Ang kanyang GT triggers is very responsive. Yan ang masasabi ko sa inyo guys. So, talagang may-enjoy mo siya. And I was able to achieve 120 FPS naman dito sa kanya while gaming on this phone. And nilaro ko halos mahigit 30 minutes playing some rank matches dito and VR matches. Eh wala kang maging problema dito sa kanya dahil very responsive ka na shoulder triggers. Kaya magpindot ka sa screen and very responsive din. Probably medyo mabibiting ka konti sa kanyang sounds but nevertheless you can always use your favorite Bluetooth headsets just to compensate. Pero kung hindi ka naman masyado meticuloso sa sounds, not bad na rin siya. Gaming experience is definitely great and pinakamainit na inamod na dito is around 39 degrees Celsius. Pagdating naman sa Firelight 84, sinagad ko rin ka ng graphical settings sa kaya niya dito and it was really good, no? I would say na sobrang nag-enjoy ako dito sa game na ito. Probably one of the highlights dito is that yung kanyang shoulder triggers very useful. Yung left triggers nilagay ko pang reload, yung right triggers nilagay ko pang shoot. And it was able to give me a better experience compared sa napipindot ko sa screen. Honestly, kung kaya mo i-maximize yung GT triggers, I would advise na sulitin yung GT triggers dito dahil sobrang okay siya. Wala namang napansin na frame drops dito sa game na ito and was able to give me a really good experience. After 30 minutes of gameplay, inabot ako ng 43 degrees Celsius. Now, pagdating naman si Genshin Impact, okay din ang maging experience mo dito sa kanya. Honestly, very minimal ang frame drops na mafe-feel mo dito sa kanya, lalo na kung medyo heavy battle ka. Eh, may mafe-feel ka slightly na frame drops, though hindi masyado halatado naman sa kanya. And one thing na napansin ko sa kanya is that sobrang useful din na kanyang triggers. Depende on how you would be able to set it to your advantage. Eh, ako nagagamit ko naman siya to my advantage, so sobrang sulit na sulit ko ang GT triggers dito sa GT30 Pro. Magandang graphics dito and yung gameplay is really smooth. Though it's a little bit hot, umabot siya ng 47 degrees Celsius after 30 minutes of gameplay. Pagdating naman sa ML, which is this is the official MPL na tournament phone, wala ka rin magiging problema dito. Kahit sagad-sagad mo ka ng frame rates and ka ng graphics, okay, you would be able to get the best out of this game dahil sobrang optimized na siya siguro for this phone. One of the good things dito sa kanya is pag nagka-clash ka, wala ka mafe-feel na frame drops or lags, and very responsive din na ka ng mga shoulder triggers. Though medyo mainit siya after 30 minutes and umabot ako ng 44 degrees Celsius. Pagdating naman sa Wuthering Waves, wala ka rin talaga maging problema dito kaya magbakbakan kayo. Eh, ang pansin ko rin dito sa kanya is that magandang kanyang graphics. One of the things na pinapansin ko while playing Wuthering Waves is kung magkakaroon ng lags or frame drops kanya. Though I would say na I was able to spot a few, pero hindi naman siyang garapalan na frame drops, no? I was able to enjoy this game after an hour kasi talagang in-explore ko itong phone na ito and was able to give me a rather good game experience. And probably itong game na ito almost umabot ng 50 degrees Celsius and it ended up with a 49 degrees Celsius after 1 hour of gameplay. Napag-usapan natin ang camera dito sa phone na ito. This one has a 108MP na main camera sensor and it also has a 8MP na ultra-wide lens with 111 degrees of field of view. It can shoot you up to 4K and 60 and ang front-facing camera is 13MP which can shoot you up to 4K and 30 FPS. Now, check lang natin some of the shots na nakuha natin dito from the Infinix GT30 Pro. Now, taking a look at this very simple plan shot, masasabi ko sa inyo guys here, no, so on this photo, na yung kanyang attack is a bit more of the natural feel ng photo. Hindi niya ino-oversaturate yung photo in greens, which is for me quite good. And pag tinignan naman natin tong shot na ito, medyo naninilaw siya konti. And maganda naman kanyang background blur, not so bad. And you see a lot of details naman dito sa kanyang bato. And pag tinignan naman itong rosebud shot na ito, it was quick to focus. Not bad siya, honestly. Now, pag tinignan naman itong flower shot na ito, honestly, I'll say na ang dami niyang details na na-preserve dito sa kanya. Though medyo off lang ko niya ng color, medyo mas orangey konti itong plant na ito based sa aking naked eye. Pero dito, medyo a little bit mix of a pinkish orange ang attack niya. Pero pag tinignan naman itong plant na ito, this is the original color na nakita ko sa akin naked eye, which is quite good, no? Maganda ka ng pagka-capture. And kahit itong plant na ito is quite small, but I was able to get a quick snap naman sa kanya and makita natin pag zoom in mo, there's still details na makita sa kanya kahit hindi siya naka-macro. And also this flower shot na ito, kahit medyo maaraw, no, I was able to get a good snap dito sa purple flower na ito and halos similar naman yung color niya sa yung nakikita ko sa akin naked eye. Kung kumukuha ka naman mga karatula, eh okay naman siya. You'll be able to get some nice shot. A quick snap lang naman dito on EDSA, okay din naman. Makita mo mga signages naman niya, very clear pa naman if you zoom it in. Kung kumukuha ka naman ng food shot dito, honestly, not so bad on indoor, but probably not the best na masasabi ko sa inyo. And kung kumukuha ka naman ng mga product shot, just okay, nothing really special. Kahit yung itong shot na ito, it's just okay. I wouldn't say na sobra siyang ganda tingnan, just okay lang. And kahit itong shot na ito is not so bad. And pakita ko lang sa inyo na meron AI studio din itong si GT30 Pro ni Infinix. Kahit this is a gaming phone, let's choose AI eraser. Okay, circle to select. Select natin itong tao na ito. Yan, start to erase. Pakita natin in a bit, mawala na siya. So guys, nakita nyo, nawala na lang yung tao bigla. Ito yung before, and ito yung after. Pag kumukuha ka naman ng mga bean shot like this one, okay lang, nothing really special, hindi siya ganun ka-sharp, tamang-tama lang naman siya. Now kung nilaro mo naman ka ng ultra-wide lens, this is how it looks like, normal shot, and this is a 3x zoom shot. Pag zoom in mo siya, kita-kita mo pa rin lahat ng nakasulat dito sa kanyang signage. And kung medyo low light din sa aking studio, was able to capture a nice decent shot din dito sa aking figurine from Memento 3D. Na pag selfie naman pag-uusapan, medyo hindi ako masyado convinced sa mga selfie shots na nakuha ko dito. No? Pansin ko, parang naninilaw ako in a way na hindi siya masyadong ganun ka-okay. Para sa akin, personally, though I ain't complaining kasi this is a gaming phone, but masasabi ko lang sa inyo guys na yung kanyang selfie camera ain't really the best from a gaming phone. Decent lang siya, just okay, but there are times kung papansin mo talagang maninilaw ka, not quite sure, no? Probably medyo mas yellowish tone ang attack ng kanyang front-facing camera. Kapag kumukuha ka naman ng video from a front-facing camera, surprisingly, hindi siya matagtag. Kita niyo guys, smooth lang siya. And honestly, not so bad ang kanyang resolution. Now, if you're using the rear camera, equally said, hindi rin siya matagtag, which is not so bad para sa akin. And this is quite a very decent video coming from a gaming phone from Infinix. Now guys, with a starting price point of $13,999, I would say na pretty solid ito si Infinix GT30 Pro. Hindi ako magtataka kung maging one of their best sellers dahil sobrang okay din si GT20 series. Pinaganda ng Infinix ng husto itong Infinix na GT30 Pro. Some of my takeaways dito is that meron siyang shoulder triggers which is very helpful. Meron siyang mechanical lights dito sa likod which for me, gives you a more game-centric feel. Though the camera is just decent, nothing really special, pero yung battery niya definitely makunat. And if you have the chance to buy yung may kasamang mag-charge cooler, kunin mo yung variant na yun. That it's just 1,000 pesos more expensive than this one. And you get a better color, yung kanang dark flare color. Probably limited lang siya. Would I recommend tong phone na ito for gamers? Definitely a yes. It's a thumbs up para sa akin dito sa Infinix GT30 Pro. So if you're interested to know kung saan ito pwede mabili, I'll post the link on the description box below. If you like this video, don't forget to share it to your friends. And a quick sub is definitely awesome. I'll see you in my next video. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.